Hello, and welcome to another video of the Let's Study series on programming principles and practice using C++, 3rd edition. We left off at finishing the drills at Chapter 2 on objects, types, and values, and now we're moving on to the review section of Chapter 2, and here we will begin to complete these questions. Okay. So we have review question 1 for chapter 2. What is meant by the term prompt? So when I think of prompt, I think of a message requesting something from the user. So I'm going to open up a LibreOffice document, a writer document. Okay, this will be PPP 3, Chapter 2, Review, Questions. And question 1, what is meant by the term prompt? I think a prompt as being a message urging the user to provide some input or take an action. Okay. That's question 2. Which operator do you use to read into a variable? We use this operator, the double right angle bracket, the get from operator x, y, read from x into y. Sorry, excuse me. Alright, then we have question 3. What notations can you use to initialize an object? Notations? Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. Let's get a bulleted list here. So the equals assignment operator, nothing. Bracket initialization and constructor initialization, if I can spell initialization. Let's give an example. So e.g. int x equals 10, nothing, int x equals well, nothing. X can be any garbage value. int x 10 and constructor int x 10. I think that's all of them. I think there's a fifth, but I don't know it off the top of my head, and I'll leave it at this. I think that answer is mostly adequate. All right, so question 5. If you want Okay, so question 4. If you want the user to input an integer value into your program for a variable named number, what are the 2 lines of code you could write to ask the user to do it and to input the value into your program? So we could have cout with the output operator. Please provide an integer value. And then we'd use std cin with the get from operator to put it in number. Easy peasy. Just a long thing to write. What is -n called and what purpose does it serve? /n \n is the new line character defined as numerical value. Look this up. ASCII table. Let's find that new line character. I think it's carriage return. Hold on. New line character value. 10 line feed. Okay. Line feed. 10 in the ASCII table as the line feed line feed control character, which returns cursor to the left hand side of the screen at the next line. Then we have question 6. What terminates input into a string? Terminates. Ah, well, I know what that is. Either white space when no are encountered, or when is encountered. So either white space when no quotes, double quotes are encountered, or a double quote when double quote is encountered. So okay, what terminates input into an integer? White space, i.e. space tab or new line. Question 8. How would you write the following as a single line code? We have program cout hello cout first name variable cout exclamation mark new line character. I would write it as cout hello first name that's how I'd do it. I think that would work. What is an object? An object is a location in memory with a defined data type, such as the cout or an integer x. Integer 10. Question 10. What is a literal? A literal is a literal definition of a data type written in program. such as 10 or hello world. Int 10 or string hello world. We have string text equals hello world and int x int I never mind, it's not letting me place a lowercase I. Int number equals 10. Have a data type and value. All right, 11. What kinds of literals are there? There are literals for all C++ language defined data types. Says int char double string, etc. 12. What is a variable? A variable is a named object. We have what are typical sizes for a char and int and a double. Char is a byte, 8 bits. Int is typically 4 bytes, 32 bits. And a double is typically 8 bytes or 64 bits. Now we have question 14. What measures do we use for the size of small entities in memory, such as ints and strings? Bits and bytes, 8 bits. Now we have 15 is the difference between equal sign and double equal sign. Equal sign is the assignment operator to assign a value to a variable. Double equal sign is the equality operator, which returns true or false when comparing two of the same data type. What is a definition? An initialization of a variable with a value. First assignment. What is an initialization and how does it differ from an assignment? Initialization occurs at the declaration is the initialization occurs as the first assignment of a value to a variable, and an assignment occurs at any point in a program. F18, what is string concatenation and how do you make it work in C++? Catenation is the conjoining of two strings into one string. It can be done easily with the plus operator between two string operands. S1 plus S2 equals S1 S2. 19. What operators can you apply to an int? All right, let's see how many I can get. So plus, minus, equals, equal to, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, not equal to, division, multiplication, modulo, plus, minus, multiplication, division. Okay, hold on. Let me sort these. Assignment, addition, subtraction, integer, division, multiplication, remainder, modulus, only with another int. Quality, only with another int. Plus, oop, no, missed that. Less than operator, only with another int. Less than or equal to operator, greater than or equal to operator, whoops, that's the next one. Not equal operator. I think these are exclusive to only with another int. All right, I think those are them. So we have assignment, mathematics, and equality. Equality. And then comparison. I guess equality is a comparison. Operators. Okay, I think that's complete. We'll check these answers potentially. Which of the following legal names in C++? If a name is not legal, why not? Alright, then we have a table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. So let's grab an 11 by 12 table, 11 by 2 table. Okay. Let's insert another one on top. And we'll have name, legal, or reason for not being legal. Alright, so let's just type these out. So we have this little pig. This would be legal. Starts with a letter. and contains no special characters except for the underscore, which is allowed. This one is fine. It is also legal. Contains a number, which is okay. Only difference between the one above it. Okay, 2, 4, 1 special is illegal. Illegal. Oh my gosh. I can spell. I know English. Illegal. Cannot start with a number. Latest thing. Illegal. Cannot be separated by a space. Can you guys hear the crickets? I hear them. I feel like I have super hearing because I got my headphones jacked into my mic, and so that I can listen to make sure that the mic is working and that I'm not too far away and not too close to the mic. But since the gain is so high, I can hear a lot more subtle sounds than I would normally. So I can hear like the crickets outside. I wonder if this would be a great idea to listen to the birds with. Like I just bring out my laptop with my microphone, my headset, and just listen through the microphone at a high gain. I hear the birds a hell of a lot louder. Sorry, heck of a lot louder. My apologies. Okay, so George, symbol, home. It came up as a link. Remove hyperlink. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, let's save this document before it explodes. This would be pp3 underscore chapter 2 underscore review questions. Just review. Okay. Georgia home. This is an illegal. Cannot contain a special character at. This is okay. Legal, but to be avoided since compiler clashing. How do you say that? Okay, there we go. So it's legal, but to be avoided. Use underscore prefix. Mine. This is perfectly legal. Yeah, legal, but non Mnemonic. Non-mnemonic. How the hell do you spell that? Sorry, how the heck do you spell that? Or just how do you spell that? Mnemonic. Meaning easy to be remembered. Because what does mine mean? Number. Same thing. Legal but not mnemonic. Correct. Question mark. Is illegal. Cannot contain a special character. Question mark. Okay. This is illegal. Cannot contain the special character, period. And finally, we have $ path. We really can't use that one, I think. Okay. Legal cannot contain the special character money sign. Okay, I think that answers the question. Let's try to shrink this in. Okay, question 21. Give 5 examples of legal names that you shouldn't use because they are likely to cause confusion. Alright, so let's give a bulleted list. So let's try integer. Can be confused. With type. We got max number. No, that could work. Number can be confused with a macro. And then we have string can be confused. String. AB1 domain. B2 is confusing to what is its purpose. Okay, well, I could do value. No. Yeah, let's keep it. What's a good example? Character named at beginning of program. Too long to read. Let's go. Okay, let's not go above and beyond. Let's just destroy our repetition of that can't be confused with a type. Hiccups. What was it? I-L-O-O. With lowercase and uppercase and 0 with O. Now, write this if equal to distinguish characters from each other. Okay, I think that's good. Hey, we now have question 22. What some good rules for choosing names must be legal? Ought to be memorable. Must be unique. Ought to be short in character length. Ought to make sense with its data type. Must be legal, must be unique, ought to be memorable, must be ought to be short in character length, and ought to make sense with its data type. I think those are some good rules that I like. what is type safety? Why is it important? Type safety is defining and using only values and data types with explicitly programmed behavior functionality program slash explicitly defined behavior functionality and range. Behavior functionality and range. No narrowing or widening. No narrowing operations. No unchecked narrowing operations as well. Using only data types of explicitly defined behavior, functionality in range, and assigned values within those ranges. And no long width. No unchecked narrowing operations. I.E data loss. Alright, question 24, we're almost done. Y is type safety. Y can conversion from double to int be a bad thing. Data loss with a value greater information cannot be stored in a data type of less memory size and less representable data value range. So 13.5 stored in an int is only 13. That 0.5 could be vital information. So 50.5 is only 50. That 0.5 could be vital information, such as exceeding a speed limit of 50 miles per hour. 25. Define a rule to help decide if a conversion from one type to another is safe or unsafe. Alright. If the operation is a widening operation, it is safe. If it is narrowing, it is potentially unsafe without checking. Array 26. How can we avoid undesirable, butchered that spelling, conversions? Enforce data type safety features in compiler. Use only defined operators and ouch. Check before narrowing. And the last question, what are the uses of auto for lazy develop? Quick and easy definition of type via initialization values. I.e. this is faster than this to write. Auto x equals 1. Auto dv dt equals 3.5. Auto goal equals very fast. Redstone. X equals 1, dt double dt equals 0.5. Come on, new line, string, goal, not goal, rocket, name, family, rocket, name, Okay, I believe that's all of the questions in the review section of Chapter 2. That is, so we ended to 7, and then eventually we'll hit the terms in the next video. I will quickly add. So review questions. Block. Division 0. Let's save. Export as a PDF. Leave all defaults. Keep that there. Then I'll go to my Google Drive. PPP, let's study folder. We find that value. Here we have PPP3, Chapter 2 review, drop it in, and you'll find the link to this at the bottom of the video once this video gets out. Thank you. Oop. Of course, I forgot to do that. Okay, but okay, so add that. I'll add that to the Google Drive. It will be in the comment of this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good weekend, and happy studying.